Hello valued viewers, I hope you're all doing very well. Today we're having our first look at United States Air Force's latest air-to-ground missile, the SiAW Stand-in Attack Weapon. So modern it's not even in service yet. To understand this missile we really need to go and understand its predecessors to see where it came from. So, we start with AGM-45, Air-to-Ground Missile 45, known as the Shrike, 1965 entry into service. Look, I've got a 1960s A4 Skyhawk here, and it has 4 Shrikes. This missile is a very simple missile. It listens for radar emissions from hostile emitters, seeks in on them, and tries to destroy them, but had 2 major faults. The first is that the hostiles just learned to turn their radars off when the threat of Shrikes was near. Any Shrikes in the air at that time would go dumb and miss the target. As well as that being a very old missile, it had limited kinematics and relatively low range. So along come the mid-1980s and its successor, the AGM-88, the C variant we have in core game DCS. You can see it on a Legacy Hornet, 4 of them. This rectified the 2 main problems. Harm: high-speed anti-radiation missile. It brought better kinematics, upping the range to nearly 80 miles. As well as that, it could counter the hostile emitters turning off. It could remember where that emitter was and home in on that known position. Within limits, of course. It had to be at a certain range or a certain certainty of knowing where that emitter was before it turned its radar off to remember accurately enough where to hit. We had a really good example of that a few days ago in this mission here, where we had a human push controlling radar sites, and he would turn his radar off when our AGM-88Cs were mid-flight. The ones that were far enough away when he turned his radar off would miss. The ones that were close enough, within about 5 miles I think, even when he turned his radars off, would hit. But of course, the hostiles learn again how to defeat the threat. Not only now do they turn their emitters off, but they relocate their vehicle. And the harm had no way of finding a relocated vehicle when it had stopped emitting. As well as that, it's an old 1980s missile. It's clumsy, it causes collateral damage. It's not an intelligent missile, not suitable for the 21st century. So of course, rolls in the 21st century. America, the US Navy especially, needs an improved version to fit in with modern weaponry. We bring in the AARGM, Advanced Anti-Radiation Guided Missile, designated AGM-88E, entering service 2015, primarily carried by US Navy Super Hornets. This was actually the same physical missile as the Harm. Same warhead, and I'm pretty sure it was the same rocket motor, giving the same kinematic performance. But what was really upgraded was the intelligence. It was the first truly intelligent anti-radiation missile. Navigation was INS GPS with terrain mapping. This is really important on a modern battlefield. Along with the intelligence came the ability to program in no-go areas. For instance, if there was a civilian village near the known target, then the operator could essentially draw a box around that village and put that as a no-go area. That means the missile would not go anywhere near the no-go area. It's a kind of smart technology America has to use in modern warfare. But also it got over the hostile's ability to turn its emitter off and relocate, because added to it were active radar sensors and full data link capability. So if the hostile did turn its radar off and relocated, the AARGM would turn its radar on, scan the area, scan areas where it had likely moved to, and find it again. But again, the hostiles counter the AGM-88E. They bring in longer range surface-to-air missiles, S-400s, Chinese missiles, Iranian long-range surface-to-air missiles, meaning the Super Hornets can't get near enough the target, so they needed a new missile. Bring in the AARGM-ER, entering service 2023, ER Extended Range variant, designated AGM-88 Gulf. This is an all-new missile, a new missile body with new propulsion, including ramjet technology, doubling its range to around 150-160 miles. We have that in parts of DCS as well. We've got it on this F-35, although I've just realised they're in the bay and you can't see them. Don't worry, we will see it later on, as well as new propulsion, all new strake aerodynamic technology for efficiency. The intelligence stays similar and slightly improved of that of the AARGM, so a wide mission set. Which brings us to what we're doing today. The SiAW, United States Air Force, decided that they need their own variant of this missile. Not in service yet, probably in service 2026. Probably will be designated AGM-88H, the Stand-in Attack Weapon. This will be an improved variant of the AGM-88G, so an AGM-88G body propulsion warhead, but with further improved avionics. The main difference will be a larger mission set. It will be designed to find, track, and destroy a larger selection of targets, as obviously USAF will have different target requirements than the Navy. So, welcome to the 2nd of the 2nd, 2024, our virtual test firing of the Stand-in Attack missile. Usually we do this in a large war game, but I'm afraid I'm not very well today, viewers, so instead we're going to do a stripped down version, which I think will work. Today is an inaugural test firing. We will equip the weapon to a B-21, 8 of them, AGM-88H Stand-in Attack Weapon. Made for us by our lovely Dark, the model provided by the equally lovely CH. He will take off, travel 140 miles to a fictitious country. This is not going to be Syria for today. It's our proving ground. At that point, he will fire a missile at a known target 140 miles inland. And this is where it gets really cool. The known position of the target is here. The target is a ballistic missile launcher, by the way. The known target is here. This is where we set our area of regard, 2 miles in diameter. This is where the missile thinks, or should I say starts looking for the target. Now, what the missile doesn't know is that the target is actually going to be moving at 25 miles an hour southwest down this road. So what will happen is the missile will get near the area of regard, it will turn on its active sensors and start scanning. It will find that the target is not in the area of regard, so it has to be intelligent and find the target itself. Obviously, we do not want to hurt any civilians, so we program in our no-go areas. Each of these is a house, just a made-up house for today. We've put these purple polygons around areas of no-go. Fed into the missile will not impact in those areas. It will self-destroy itself if it has to avoid those areas. Which leaves one more polygon, the area of active radar search. Where would be the best place to look for the moved vehicle outside the area of regard? So we make this polygon. It will now search using its active radar this area to find the vehicle. It will find the vehicle, obviously, because that's what it's designed to do, but then brings in the even better tech, and that is vehicle identification. The baddie here, a drone Scud launcher, will be in a tight convoy of civilian vehicles. All mannequins today, no humans will be involved apart from in the aeroplanes. So it can't just blow all of these vehicles up. It has to pick out the right one. So its radar, when it gets within a certain range, will be able to tell which type of vehicle it is. If the type of vehicle it's looking for is not there, it will self-detonate and become essentially harmless. This technology, as impressive as it sounds, is actually not that new. It's decades old. If all works well, it will find the Scud launcher and take the Scud launcher out without harming the vehicles around it or the no-go areas. And that is what I'm trying to bring to you today, viewers. Why these weapons are so important and can justify their price tags. Because it can do missions like this. An intelligent, programmable, non-clumsy, almost impossible to beat missile. The Stand-in Attack Weapon. Guys, it's not a war game today, so I'm afraid you've got nothing to shoot at. So instead, we'll be into the 4th gen jets and we'll be escorting the B-21 as camera aircraft, make sure everything goes okay and we can assess and we can talk along the way. I should say everything, as in all of our videos, is open source, viewers. There's no secrets leaked here. Everything you can get from Wikipedia or similar sites linked from Wikipedia. Oh, one more important point. I've tested this in single player and it seems to work quite well. But this will be our inaugural testing in multiplayer. The thing about multiplayer is it brings all new challenges, and this is where things start to go wrong. Systems start to break down, if you know DCS, and I kind of like that because that's actually much more true to real life. Real life, nothing ever works perfectly, all sorts of problems all the time. And so I don't know if this is going to work. I hope it will, but we'll have to go and see. Guys, anything you want to say at this point? Any predictions or anything?
Just wondering how it actually does the targeting on something like that.
It's not new tech. Here's the interesting thing. It's got millimeter radar in it. Again, this is not secret. You can go and look it up yourself. That was actually added to the first AARGM-ER in 2015. Very similar, or derived from the AGM-114L Hellfire, fired by the Apache and Sea Venom, I think they're called, helicopters. They have a millimeter radar in them, which looks at the target to find the right target. It has to be the right shape, the right wheels and stuff like that. And when it finds it, it will attack it from a kind of side profile. I don't fully understand how it works.
It's kind of like the old TV guided missiles in DCS and other things, but it uses radar instead of an actual TV.
Needless to say, it's 100% classified, viewers. The only thing that have been shown in public is things that the designers want you to know. It's very likely that these missiles and other modern missiles being used in the 2020s have other sensors. It's normal to have dual, triple sensors. It could have IR detection sensors as well. It could have CCD sensors as well. It could amalgamate all those different sensors together, possibly even with satellite imagery. I wouldn't be surprised at all to form that picture. All right, guys, let's go fly. Welcome in, viewers. Today's pilots: Fire, Simba, Poosh, Matrix, Grump, Cap, Saber, Dark, Cannibal. Hello, boys.
Hello.
Hello.
Right.
Hello, boys.
Follow the B-21. In fact, let it taxi and then follow it. Otherwise, all you've got to do is not crash into me or the B-21. And then guy's on fire.
Wow.
How about that? I guess welcome to Grim Reapers, viewers.
Don't worry, we'll cut that out.
Yeah. Yes. 100%. Don't worry, I can J-turn my way out of this one. I don't know why they blew up.
They just kind of drifted into each other.
Well, I personally think it's due to how cool the SiAW weapon is, guys. It can literally take out F-16s in the bay of a B-21. One interesting thing about this missile is its ability to, because it's intelligent and data-linked, it gives it a certain ability to loiter and redesignate new targets in flight. Again, I mean, it's new technology, but it's not a new concept. We used to have a weapon called, what was it, Matrix? I've forgotten. Alarm?
Yeah, it's called the Alarm. Advanced Air-Launched Anti-Radiation Missile. Yeah, the carried by the Tornado in late 1990s, early 2000s. The missile could be fired. It would be launched at a target in various different modes, but if the radar switched off and the missile lost track of it, the missile would zoom up to 40,000 feet plus. It would deploy a parachute, and it was called parachute loiter. So it drift down gently on its parachute with its seeker looking for the radar that had been targeted against. When it lit back up again, it would cut the parachute, fire another rocket motor, and attack the target.
That's a pretty good concept. So, was it a British missile?
I think it may have been carried by possibly German or Italian Tornadoes as well.
So that was our way of getting over the hostiles turning their radar off counter then. Yeah. It also would have got over the relocation, as long as they turn the radar back on, obviously.
I believe the missile had some kind of position or location storage, so if the radar did turn off, it would remember it. But I don't think it was particularly advanced, so hence the parachute.
Right, yeah, I mean, kind of same with the harm, it was relatively old tech. Does anyone know if any alarms were ever fired in combat? Harms definitely were, lots of them, but I don't know about alarm. Let us know, viewers.
I'm not sure, Cap. Yeah, I'm not sure, Cap.
I don't know if any of them were fired.
Thinking there aren't too many seed missiles that were fired in total other than Americans.
Yeah, AGM-88, the Strike was fired a lot, I think, and the AGM-88C was fired a lot.
Well, it would have taken a lot of strikes to hit a target because they failed about 99% of the time.
Even the harm failed a lot. I was reading about it just on the basic wiki page, how many actually failed against even old SAMs.
Yeah, I think the French fired during the raid on Libya.
Britain fired Shrikes, believe it or not, from B-2 Vulcan bombers. Wow, what a bomber that was. In a way, the kind of predecessor to the B-21, or in its sort of V-shaped lineage. Did they hit during the Shrike Black Bucks? I think they missed, didn't they? No, I've forgotten. Someone will know better.
No, I think they did take out a couple of radars.
Right. Yes, and interestingly, oh man, that's so frustrating. I wish I'd researched that now. That radar they took out, Matrix, I think we supplied it. I don't know if you're aware about that.
Possibly.
I forget what it was. I was doing some research for a Falklands battle the other day. We supplied them some sort of radar, and then we blew it up a few months earlier.
Well, we got to sell them the replacement, so all good.
Yeah, 100%. You got some business out of it, and that's all that matters.
Right. Speed of the Raider?
Slow as hell, 330. It's surprisingly hard to gauge the speed when setting these out, viewers. Obviously, I have to script their trail. It will go a lot faster, don't worry. Well, we've got 150 miles to go, guys, so I hope you've got your friggin' talking boots on.
So, yeah, I don't know if you know about this band called Beartooth.
No.
Those the people that slap the spoons on their knees.
Yes, sure, why not? Yeah, so it was 4 bands. We went to this place that was an old church. And so that you know that the acoustics are going to be amazing on that. It also has a very unique floor. It's actually on a grade, so people in the back can actually see what's going on. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, it was just a great show. That was the most fun I'd had in a long time. I absolutely love going to concerts, so I'm going to be going to a lot more still. I have at least a dozen more shows this year that I plan to go to.
Wow, look at you friggin' living the life. I'm so jealous. I'll be able to live that life soon, Grump. I'll tell you why. I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to say this. I know I am, actually. I was in court yesterday. It's my second time in court, actually. Not criminal court, don't worry. To sign over... Oh, bollocks. Oh, I better not say anything, actually. But I was in court, and it was fun. It was all good stuff. The end result of that is it means I can start going out again, having a bit of fun. So I'm looking forward just to going down the pub, to be honest, and getting drunk. Remember what that was like? Oh my god!
Are you gonna?
Are you sure you didn't already start drinking before this mission?
No, I'm really ill. That's why.
Yeah,
Flying would suggest otherwise.
Right, who's in my skin, or is that Simba in Simba's skin?
That is Simba in Simba's skin.
That's what happens when I panic, guys. When I panic, I get all funny. Right, let's have a look at everyone's skin. That's something better to look at.
Cap, I will say it for everybody else. Congratulations on your day in court.
Thank you. It was good. It was really enjoyed it. I met the judge. We've got photos. I'm not allowed to share them, but we've got photos, and it was awesome.
And everyone else can watch it later on Court TV.
On Court TV. Best TV. We don't have cameras in our courts in Britain.
Did you meet
We're
Judge
civilized.
Judy?
I wish.
I was gonna say, I thought you said you met Ashley Judd.
Right, guys, I am looking at your skin. So that is Simba Wimbers. Nice. Darks in the red. Now, where's Poosh? Because he's got the best one. Don't know.
I think
He's in a 15E.
You crashed, Poosh.
No, I'm running in formation.
All right, well, he's here somewhere apparently. Who's in the RAF?
Oh, I'll give you one
Hornet.
guess.
Mr. Britt,
Yeah, Matrix.
of course. And you're in the cyan, turquoise, hornet, Grump.
Teal.
Teal, that's what it says. My favourite colour too, Grump. Isn't that funny?
Mm-hmm.
Right, but that's literally all of my talking points gone, so I guess I'll see you in 150 miles.
That was fire in the red.
Right, what did I say?
Yeah.
You said dark.
Dark.
Roger.
I mean, we can talk about how cool Teal is.
Right.
I absolutely love it. I love
That'll be
every
a short
aspect.
conversation.
No, it won't be, Simba. But I've got a long conversation, actually. When I moved into my first flat on my own when I was in my early 20s, I decked it all out in teal and a kind of light brown. It was nice, but the house was terrible, and it essentially fell to bits. And it was so mouldy I had to move out. My next thing about teal, when I bought my first nice drum kit, a Tama Star Classic, which I suggest you all go and buy, viewers, if you play the drums.
What?
Right? I got that in this beautiful shaded teal. It's absolutely lovely. I wish I hadn't sold it now, but needs must. And I played some big gigs. I mean, no bands you've probably heard of. I played in front of 15,000 people once. I played on TV in front of millions of people. So it got seen, guys. That teal got seen, Grump.
Was it one of your Lamb Dog videos?
No, that was probably before that time, to be honest. So unfortunately, yeah, I know.
This B-21 has got some performance.
Yeah, you notice that?
I think the B-21 pilot got into the bar before he left.
Like I said, you won't believe how annoying that is trying to script them to go at, I don't know, you just got to take my word for it. It will catch up, guys.
B-21 pilot's a jaded F-22 pilot.
It is. It's like, man, I used to fly Raptor, and now I'll just go wet.
And now I fly this, man.
Yeah, you know what it gets though? A friggin' toilet.
Coffee maker.
One of the myriad of
Kitchenette.
problems, I could never have been a pilot. I have to pee every half hour, so yeah.
Well,
ain't gonna happen.
and it's a USAF airplane. There's probably a steward there to serve them fresh coffee,
Probably, guys.
cappuccinos.
Have to give up some of their space for their fancy new weapons for those luxuries, guys. So I don't know
Yeah,
how
I'll
Simba's
break
stuck
off.
with him when I can't, because I have the same bloody plane. Break off, break
Better
off, break
climb
off.
profile.
Oh, there's Simba and his bloody climb profiles again. Friggin' nerd. Just push the lever forward, Simba. That's how you climb.
Well, flying wings are very aerodynamically efficient, so it didn't surprise me that he climbed well.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It's also a bit of a power monster. It's got F-35 engines in, so it's, you know, it's relatively powerful. I'm back. Hi, guys.
So it is a cool aeroplane.
Yeah, it is. The B-2 was cool, though, right?
Yep.
I like this better. It's a little bit smaller. The B-2 was awesome, but it was a bit of a chunker.
Oh, somebody's below me.
Yep, I'm about 100 feet below you. I'm good.
Okay, do not climb.
Let's watch these crash into each other.
My altitude warning went off. I'm like, uh-oh.
How many of these are they building? 200?
Well, that's amazing,
Whoa.
if that's true, because they only had 22, I think, B-2s. So I wonder why they're having so many B-21s.
I think the plan is to replace all of the frontline types, B-52, B-2, and B-1.
Makes
Now, the
sense.
question is, are we ever going to get the Spirit of Kansas back?
What's that then?
Anybody who knows, I'm from Kansas. And of course, the only B-2 that's ever crashed is the Spirit of Kansas.
Oh,
Yep.
Because of course it would.
that's the one that got all its sensors gummed up.
Yeah, I'll take it off the bomb. I was so pissed off when I read that. It was the Spirit of Kansas. Wait, what?
Yeah, isn't Kansas the headquarters of Boeing?
Yeah, oh, no. Actually, no. There was a plant in Kansas. No, so ever since like the early 2000s, the big Boeing plant that we had in Wichita was transitioned over to Spirit Aerosystems, which I've learned is more just a subsidiary of Boeing. They're still kind of the same entity. But no, the primary plant for Spirit Aerosystems is in Kansas. I think the primary hub for Boeing is actually in Seattle.
Yeah, it's in Seattle, a couple hours north of me.
Yeah,
but I think their headquarters moved to Chicago, didn't it?
And they've since moved to Washington.
Production facilities will still remain in Seattle. It's just they were just moving their corporate.
Their tax liability.
Somebody said it showed they were more interested in lobbying politicians than building aeroplanes.
100%, 100%.
Well, when you've grounded fleets of two of your airline models in the last 5 years.
No, it was actually the same thing. It was a Max. It was the 8 Max and the 9 Max.
Correct.
Yeah.
Don't sit next to the exit door on a Max.
Yeah,
Well, you didn't, the problem is you didn't know it was there.
And lawsuit.
And the door?
Yeah, the door. It was actually not in use. It was covered and from the
Well,
interior.
yeah,
You wouldn't have known it was there. It was just plugged.
You're right,
Plug
yeah,
bolts. The plug bolts weren't tight.
You know what else is fun? This formation.
It is fun, isn't it? I figured just a nice... Me and Grump are both not very well, or his is self-inflicted.
Yep.
I figured let's just have a nice, friendly Microsoft 2000 flight. Apart from the fact we're launching massive new weapons. But apart from that fact, Microsoft 2000. Flight sim, whatever it's called.
I suspect I don't want to be in close line of stern in that case.
Anyone seen Poosh?
He's back here.
Yeah.
I want to show off his lovely new livery.
You couldn't handle the pressure.
Couldn't handle the pressure of the new weapon.
Visual off our nose.
Visual what?
Tankers.
Oh, how
Yeah,
about
we've
that?
got tankers in front of us.
Well, you guys can go and start tanking if you want, guys. There's not much to see from a cockpit. I'll stay with the bomber just to show the viewers that you guys can do a thing. I figured you better get some practice at least if we're going to fly all this way without shooting any baddie waddies. Simba's got missiles on. Only just noticed. Look at that. Meant to be a camera crew, Simba.
I come strapped.
You thought I would put some naughty baddies in, didn't you?
You did. You do Olympus things from time to time.
There you go.
I came with missiles too.
Spawn them
so-
6 miles in front of us.
How did you guys have time to rearm?
Yeah, I don't know, actually.
Superman.
Because of all the guys blowing themselves up on the friggin' runway.
I was one of them that blew up on the runway and I got rearmed.
Nice.
I know, because you spawned in front of me.
This guy gonna launch his friggin' weapon or what? I'll tell you a new story then. I've got a talking point. I've always had tonsillitis whenever I get ill, which is driving me nuts. And the idea is you're meant to have your tonsils cut out. And they refuse to do it with me. What the hell is that about? Friggin' do it. I will pay you money. Simba, you come to my house and cut my friggin' tonsils out.
Ooh.
Oh, boy.
Recovery from tonsillectomy as an adult is way more difficult.
Repair an F-16, you can repair a friggin' tonsil.
I heard that, Simba. I got you. You got Manchester, Cap. You got Manchester.
No idea what anyone's talking about right now. I'm moving into slots so I can see this guy do a thing. You watch all this way and it won't work now on multiplayer, and I'll be like the most angry YouTuber in the world. No one wants to see that.
It drops out of the bay and immediately explodes.
Right?
Well,
Yep.
And how close we are.
It's a GR mod, so it's quite likely actually.
As close as we are, we all explode in one.
Guys, I'm gonna try an
fireball.
F3. I'm gonna try an F3. Oh. Smack my bitch up. And demonetized. It's the name of a song. It's the name of a friggin' song.
Oh, yeah. Prodigy totally came
Prodigy. Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, he said that. I was like, Prodigy, good.
Fire starter. Twisted fire starter.
Couldn't make that song anymore. Someone just come in at 600 knots, by the way.
This is dangerous.
I've seen it.
Whoa! Whoa!
Oh my god!
Bay doors opening.
Doors open.
Come on,
Loose
come
formation.
on.
Loose formation.
Yes!
There it goes!
SiAW! Oh, the world's first launched SiAW. I'm going after it, boys!
Good luck.
I think it's called the SiAW.
That's what I said.
SiAW.
I'm going to go on autopilot and watch the weapon and talk about the weapon that we know nothing about because it's friggin' classified. You know, funny thing, the cool thing, viewers, we fly this F-15E a lot, and every day, if you listen in the back of all GR videos, let me try and do it now, can you hear? A little rumble, that is real F-15Es flying above my house all day, every day, because they're stationed 20 miles away.
And
at
F-35s.
And F-35, but it's mainly F-15Es. There's only a few F-35s still there yet. The F-15Es fly sensibly still, like they always did, probably because they're old and whatever. But the F-35s, they fly like effing maniacs. They come over a house at like 500 feet doing like high G turns and stuff and loops. And it's like, what the hell? It's like they've just got their new toy and they have to break it in. Anyway, I'm probably going to get friggin' sued for saying that. Well, everyone can see it, so why shouldn't I say it?
F-35 is obnoxiously loud.
Yeah, I've seen when I lived in Florida, they were stationed nearby. To be honest, I thought it had a weird sound to it.
I don't. Simba may disagree about this, and I guess people hear different things. But same with the Raptor, both a moderately high bypass ratio compared to like a Hornet or something. I find that low bypass ratio engines louder. Old J79, 404, whatever it's called in the Super Hornet, 200, EF200 in the Eurofighter. But yeah, I guess people hear different stuff differently.
35 is substantially louder than everything else right now.
You're probably right in terms of decibels because it sets more car alarms off at least. Right, anyway, I'm going to talk about the weapon, guys. So look, remember, viewers, we've programmed in the areas it can't go in, so it's not going to go in those areas, making it a nice family-friendly kind of weapon, if there is such a thing. Also, if you want to watch now, guys, if you're an autopilot, you can see it hopefully pick out the right target, which is friggin' awesome. Again, this is old technology. Don't be too flabbergasted by it, viewers. And what you should see with a limited warhead size, because as a small warhead, is no collateral damage!
Wow.
Right? And it was moving, and it was from 140 miles away. No scripting, no BS. That's cool. Okay, we did a tiny bit of damage to one truck, viewers, but he's fine. No, you know, splinter in the leg, but he's fine otherwise. Mildly inconvenienced, like my friggin' baby. And that's it. The boys are going to go off and refuel. I'm not going to film it because this video will already be way long enough. Anyone got to say anything about the weapon that other than what I've said, we basically don't know anything about? Say it now.
One thing to say. We tested to do some boom boom.
Yes,
Ooh, that was decent.
we did. And for once, we
Yeah,
didn't,
that was a little scary at a refuel.
for once we didn't kill all the civilians. The problem with these weapons now is that they're just so good. We can't make any interesting videos out of them because you just fire them from 200 miles away and they're uninterceptable and they just kill everything. Hence why we have to fly 4th gen jets next to B-21s, you know, to give us some sort of challenge nowadays. I hope you enjoyed it otherwise, and bye-bye.